Court Mcghee goes out there and submits Tim Means, and that was my first pick, and I got it wrong. Yeah, man, Court Mcghee, coming there like a veteran and getting it done, man. You know what I mean? Synced up that rear naked choke, bro. This he's a problem, and he's got some more fights on his contract. I heard, which is painful. Tim Means kind of tapped a little early. He tapped to a neck crank, buddy, and I can't believe that line was like minus 190. I watched both of them. I did think Means was a better striker. I thought he'd be able to stuff takedowns. Court Mcghee is a fucking like a cone. You know, when people say in like basketball, if someone's just like they can't move, they're a cone. Court McGee's a zombie. He can't move. He's horrible. But I'm not even gonna lie, bro. The fight sucked. The fight should never been made in the first place, man. Both these guys are horrible. Leave it like that. And I guess I had to pick a fighter there. I did watch film for both, and Means, he's a little bit better on the feet, more powerful, but the fight fucking sucked. Let's be honest here, man. Nobody, goes out of their way and says, "Oh my gosh, let's go, Tim Means and Court Mcghee, man, this is gonna be a fucking good one." The fight sucked. What I expected. No, but it is what it is. And Court Mcghee, good win for you. Ryan Superman Spann comes out there and gets that guillotine, bro. That's a nasty move. He's always been, doing that, and it is very nasty. He's really good with that. He doesn't let it go. It's tight as shit, man. And especially elevation, gonna make you tap a little earlier. But yeah, Ovens, man, he's just old. Another fight where it's kind of like, what the fuck are we doing? Some of these prelims are very questionable, especially these first two. What the fuck are we doing, man? But yeah, Ryan Spann, he comes on there and he just looks good, and then he comes next fight, looks like shit, man. So I don't know about the guy. He claims that he doesn't train hard, and then he will. He said he trained hard for the Reyes fight, comes back. I think he lost 2 in a row, and then he comes back this time and said he trained hard and gets the win. I don't know if it's an excuse, but the guy's really inconsistent because some nights he'll look like a top 10 light heavyweight. I mean, the guy is balanced. He has a pretty good ground game, and he hits hard. He's a decent striker, long and tall. I mean, the guy, he's a bit inconsistent. He is inconsistent. But yeah, I think, it was a good win. He turned Ovens around with that right hand, smacked him, and Ovens is just old, man. It is what it is. I'm hoping he's out of the UFC, bro, because I don't want to see this guy fight again. But yeah, good win for Ryan Spann. I'm interested to see what kind of Spann we get in the next fight. Cesar Almeida wins a decision 30-27 over Ihor Pereira, and that referee, man, I'm not sure what we got to do with you, bro. I don't know if he snuck in backstage and just put a suit on and got in. How the fuck is that guy allowed in here, man? This is a sport where people can be killed. People can die, What the fuck is this dude? What is he doing, man? He gets you on the they were in the clinch 10 seconds, less than that. Break him up. What the fuck are you doing? This isn't, kickboxing. This isn't boxing. What are you doing, dude? I don't know if that dude was allowed to do even regionals, man. I think he should be banned from ever doing MMA referee. I wouldn't trust this guy to do a backyard brawl referee, bro. That dude fucking sucks. Ihor Pereira was poked in the eye 4 times. Not even a warning, first of all. Didn't even take a point. 4 fucking times. Punched in the cup, too. Look, there is no doubt in my mind that dude should never, ever even be allowed into a UFC event, let alone, ref a fight, bro. The guy can't be in a UFC event. He doesn't know shit about the UFC. I could step in there and do way better than this dude, bro. I would have been 1 point offset Almeida. I would have grabbed Almeida by his glove and walked him over. 1 point Almeida. On the second time he did it. This dude is a fucking idiot. I never want to see him. If I go to a UFC event and I see that guy, I'm going to give him an earful. What the fuck is he doing in that octagon, man? Get that guy the fuck out of here, bro, because that's not acceptable, man. I don't know where you get that kind of fucking, referee from. He needs to go, man. And I feel like that's a reasonable, thing for me to go on about because it's fighter safety, bro. What the fuck are you doing, man? Very frustrating for me to watch because I want fair fights. I want, people to be safe too. That guy's a fucking idiot, man. But yeah, good win for Cesar Almeida. Landed some good shots. He almost had a guillotine. Takedown defense still doesn't look great. I don't know what to think about the guy. I don't think he's that good. Do I think he should have been that big of a favorite? I don't. He's not that great. People like to hype him up. I've always been a guy who said He's not that good. But yeah, he's 36. Nothing's gonna come of that guy. He'll be just a guy. He'll never hit the top 15 is what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, good win for him, I guess, if he's happy with that. I picked, Caesar, but I just hate that bullshit, man. I was rooting for Ihor in that fight because I wanted him to win. But yeah, it is what it is. That referee, man, I have a big problem with that. But yeah, good win, I guess, for Cesar Almeida, this 36-year-old, by the way. Alexander Hernandez gets the split decision win over Austin Hubbard. I got a couple things to talk about here. First of all, how in the world could you have scored that fight for Austin Hubbard? 30-27. How the fuck could you have done that? Were your eyes closed, man? Is Austin Hubbard threatening to kill your family? What the fuck are you doing, man? This is back to back where it's just my mind is blown. What the fuck? That fight wasn't even close. It was the clearest 1 and 2 ever. 30-27 Hubbard. You think he won the first? The first round wasn't close. You think he won the second? A little bit closer, but still a clear Hernandez round. I mean, this is another reason for me why, takedowns being stuffed should be implemented. He stuffed 12 fucking takedowns. 0 for 12 Austin Hubbard went. So, that's another thing. I feel like, if you can somehow implement that, I want to see something like that. But anyways, Austin Hubbard is a fucking zombie. He is a zombie, bro. This dude just walks forward in La La Land. He's horrible. He needs to go. Got to get cut from the roster, man. I appreciate and I respect you hopping in there, but brother, you got to go. Okay. No skill set whatsoever. Just kind of walking forward like a zombie and, chin low and not throwing anything hard. And he's horrible. Hernandez isn't great either, but he clearly won that fight. And that just pisses me off that one judge scored it 30-27 for Hubbard. What the fuck are you doing? But yeah, good win for Alexander Hernandez. I'm curious to see what he's going to do next. No going to featherweight for Hernandez. Let's stay up at lightweight. You looked a little bit better, but still Hubbard, still in that third round was threatening and almost, was a convincing round for him. But 30-27 is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And Austin Hubbard needs to make his way back to, I don't even know if the LFA would take him, whatever promotion, is there. So yeah, Joaquin Buckley gets the third round TKO and an impressive performance, I will say, because as you guys know, I'm not huge on the guy. I did pick him to win this fight, kind of due to the fact that Wonderboy is a little bit old. A very impressive finish. I mean, he put Wonderboy out cold with those, looping shots that he likes to do. He calls out Kamaru Usman. I don't like that. Buckley looks, as from what he's been doing, he's been taking the easy way to get to this, his spot. Let's be honest here. He's fought in Vicente Luque, where Luque just gave up. Nursultan Ruzi Boy have not ranked, which is, I guess, a pretty good win. Not great. And then Wonder Boy, and then you're calling out Usman, who's old and no knees. I don't like the call-outs, man. I think this guy needs to fight someone younger. I'd like a Sean Brady matchup, but a good win for the guy. I mean, I like him. He's a fun fighter to watch, and he is a good personality. And I'm, good for him that he's moving up in the rankings because at middleweight, he was cooked, bro. The guy was losing to everybody. But I like Joaquin Buckley. Good win for him. I thought in the first round, Wonderboy was tagging him clean. And DC was sitting behind that cage and hoping Wonderboy would put him out cold because DC and them, they got a little beef there. But they've seemed to squash it a little bit, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, good win for Joaquin Buckley. I did think he was losing the fight, honestly. Wonderboy was catching him with some good shots. And I was a little worried about Buckley with the takedowns because to me, he really only has one takedown, and that's really a double leg. So I did pick him to win. I got my pick right. Good win for the guy, and we'll see what's next for him. But not Usman, man. Please give me maybe if Neal finishes RDA easily or I guess Burns. But I would like to see Brady because I think that's a much more hard fight than Usman, right? He doesn't deserve an Usman fight. Let's be real. We know that. But yeah, good win for the guy, and we'll see what's next. Kayla Harrison comes and gets a unanimous decision win over Ketlin Viera. Good win for her. I mean, it wasn't, it was a good test, okay? You're going up against a lady who has a little bit better takedown defense than Holly Holm. She's still got takedowns, and she's proven that when she can get you to the ground, she's going to give you a lot of problems, and she showed that. She did struggle a little bit to get it to the ground, but when she got it there, she did her thing. And, yeah, we'll see what she can do. I mean, it was a pretty good win. Obviously she's going to be in, next for a title. Women's bantamweight sucks, but I assume she'll probably just win. I mean, she's a very large lady, and I don't see her losing. So, a pretty good win for her. Roman Dolidze gets the win over Kevin Holland, and not too impressive because, Kevin Holland broke his rib. But yeah, he couldn't continue. Shit happens, man. Roman Dolidze had got him to the ground. I mean, he was trying to set up an armbar. Roman hopped over it, broke his rib. Shit happens, man. I don't really know what else I can say. I did pick Kevin Holland, so it's kind of like a fuck you. You kind of got fucked. You didn't even get to see what happened. I guess I was on the wrong side of that. I think if the fight played out, I would pick Dolidze. I probably would think Dolidze would have gotten the win. Actually, it's so hard to say, man, because Dolidze slows down. He looks like shit. I think Kevin would have won. But it is what it is, man. Kevin Holland's going to be back in there whenever that gets healed up. And it sucks every time picking a Kevin Holland fight because I don't know if he's going to ever fucking take it seriously and come in there and actually try to really win because he is a talented guy with the skill set to win a lot of fights, and he just fucks around and just wants to get paid. So a tough fight for him. But yeah, decent win for Roman Dolidze. He was celebrating a little too much, man. Like, come on, man. You kind of fluked your way in there, kind of like a Gamrot fluke a little bit. It was not, great, but shit happens, man. I hope Kevin gets okay because that's my boy, and I hope he's, gets better. But I guess a good win for Dolidze. I believe he wants to fight Whitaker or Hamzat. He is a fucking idiot because he's not getting that fight. But yeah, good win for him. We'll see what they want to do next with him. He said he wants to fight in December. I don't know. We'll see what they do. Mario Bautista gets the win over Jose Aldo. I did pick Mario Bautista. I really like his game. Honestly, Aldo surprised me with the cardio. I thought it would be not great, and he looked pretty good for the most part. First round, it was looking fantastic for Mario. He was putting the pressure on, throwing a lot of volume, kind of like I expected him to do. He looked great in the first. Second, he kind of got hit with that jab in the eye, and it kind of busted him open. He had a really hard time seeing. You can give that round to Aldo. The third round, man, it's almost like, fuck, I'm kind of being a hypocrite because I just said, in the last one, takedown defense should be awarded to the other person. And I still do believe that. But if we're scoring off the criteria of control time and what it is right now, Mario won that fight pretty easily. You go look at the significant strikes. You go look at that bullshit. Don't look at that bullshit, man. You go back and look, none of those strikes got through. He was blocking a lot of them, man. So it's very frustrating for me personally to look at those numbers because they are unofficial. They're always wrong. So don't ever look at significant strikes unless it's a large margin. But usually they're wrong, man. You know what I mean? Aldo, it says that he outstruck him in the third round. He didn't fucking outstrike him. Mario blocked a lot of the shots, man. So it's frustrating for me to see that because Mario, he won that round very clearly with the scoring criteria. If it was to be, stuffing takedowns, yeah, I would have think Aldo won, but that's not what it is. People can't be mad at Mario Bautista, okay? That's the game plan versus Aldo. Aldo's a guy who is known, Marab, pressed up on the fence. He doesn't do well. He can't break out of the clinch. That's not fucking Mario Bautista's fault, so people can, shut up about it. Mario's a good fighter, great gas tank. He looks fantastic, man. I'm excited to see what the guy can do. I like watching him a lot, and I'm expecting big things from him, man. He's a tough matchup for a lot of guys, and I know the crowd doesn't like him. I don't give a fuck, Fuck that. I think he won the fight pretty clearly to me, and a good win for that man. I like that a lot, and I'm glad I got my pick right because I know a ton of people picked against him, and I love that. So good win for my boy Mario Bautista. Juliana Pena gets the split decision win over Raquel Pennington, and I don't know what to say. I thought Raquel won. It's kind of one of those situations where you clearly have to win to take the belt off someone, right? For me, I did think, like I said, Raquel won. It was a close fight. Could have gone either way. I thought Raquel had the bigger moments, you know what I mean? And she definitely did, but it's round scoring. That's how it's always been. But yeah, I did think Raquel won. But it was a close fight. She dropped her in the fourth, had a lot of success in the fifth. I'm not going to lie. I did not see the first round, and that kind of determines everything. But I will have to go back and watch it. But what I've seen, people were saying she won the first round as well. So, shit happens, man. Pena won the second and third. But good fight, I guess. I mean, you guys know I'm not huge into WMMA due to the fact that I don't read it well. Honestly, man, I just have a hard time reading the fighters. But yeah, man, I thought Raquel won. Shit happens, man. It's MMA. You never know what's going to happen. Good win for Juliana Pena. Hey, you know what? Valley Force wins. My dog Bilal wins. And, all those guys at Valley Force, they're a great camp. I like all those guys a lot. So I have no problem with Juliana Pena winning. She's ducking. She's running a little bit. She is running from Kayla Harrison. We know that, though. Kayla Harrison would take the belt off her, bro. Easy. Pause. Well, not pause, but yes, I think she would take her off or easily beat her. And as for Raquel Pennington, to me, she seems like she should not be interviewed after, losing the belt, bro. Like, come on, bro. You first of all, you are a dude, low key, right? You're a little bit of a dude, right? And then you didn't even defend your belt once. So who gives a fuck? Why are we talking to you? Sorry for the Raquel fans. But yeah, man, good win for Pena, and hopefully she fights Harrison and doesn't run away. But yeah, Alex Pereira gets the KO in round 4. Hey, I want to give hats off to Khalil. I didn't expect him to do as well as he did. He showed some heart, but not so fast. Y'all are gonna say, "Oh, you said he was gonna come in here and destroy him. He doesn't deserve this." He doesn't, and he still didn't really. I mean, man, did he do that well? The first round, Alex won the first round. Landed at accuracy. Khalil's punching at fucking air. He didn't land one shot on Alex. The second round, Alex made a mistake and did something stupid because he was so comfortable in the fight. Look, I don't want to be that guy because I did say I bashed on Khalil Rountree's, skill set and this and that. And I just think about when I look at that fight, what happens if Jamal Hill gets past that first round? Because, man, if that Herb Dean shit didn't happen, what do we see there? Because I think if that's a fresh Jamal Hill that wasn't coming off an Achilles injury, right? I think he wins that fight, man. And especially if that Herb Dean shit doesn't happen, I don't know, man. But look, hats off to Khalil, man. He had some heart. I do think these little kids are overrating the performance. It was okay, but bro, it wasn't like crazy. You go rewatch the first round, swinging at air. And I don't want to be the one to say it, man, but he was swinging at air. But yeah, great fight. Khalil showed a lot of heart. They said the game plan was to let him, gas out. For me, I thought the game plan of Pereira was really fucking weird. And I think I saw something about Pereira is when he gets hit kind of hard, especially by a guy like Rountree, who he knows he's much better than, he got too aggressive. And I hate that because if he sticks to that game plan, kicking the leg and jabbing the body, he wins that fight in the second round. Okay, he was stopped kicking the leg. He stopped jabbing the body, and the jab up top was landing like crazy. So the jab up top was good, but he stopped kicking the leg, especially in that second round, because Khalil was frustrating him because Khalil landed that shot when Alex did a fucking question mark kick for some reason. So Alex, I'm not too impressed, honestly, bro. You're supposed to come in there and decimate Khalil Rountree, and that's what I expected him to do. But it didn't happen, so hats off to Khalil, man. I got to give him some respect, and I don't want to because I've dissed on him so much. Do I think he's good still? No. You're gonna hear that from me because I think everybody else beats him. What the fuck does Magomed Ankalaev do to him? What does he do? What does Rakic do to him? Rakic takes him down and beats the hell out of him on the ground. Okay? What does Hill do? Hill beats his ass on the feet. Okay? And probably could take him down. Blachowicz takes him down and beats him up on the feet. You see what I mean here? I don't know. I think people are still going to be a little, overrated of Khalil Rountree, man. He's going to have to take a long layoff. He just got fucking battered. The guy will be 36 coming back. Don't expect to see this guy in a title shot ever again. No disrespect to the dude. He fought hard. And, so good for him. And, decent win for Alex. And we'll see what's next for the guy. I hope y'all boys enjoyed. I'll see y'all in the next one.